Hello, Lunartics Collective. This reading is for June the 14th and June the 15th, 2019. For, as I said, the collective, for all of us, any and all signs. And it's roughly for the time that the moon remains in Scorpio. So we had the King of Cups coming through on the bottom of the deck immediately. And now the Tower card. Two Scorpio cards, really, to me. So what I talk about as present and future here might be past for some of you, because this, these energies started when the moon moved into Scorpio early yesterday, really. And the moon will move again early tomorrow. But I'm going to label this. I'm going to label this the 14th and the 15th, and time being fluid, it may even be a little before the 13th and a little after the 15th for some. So we know this, right? If you're here, you probably feel very well acquainted with that concept already. So I am going to face these towards you and let you see what I'm looking at, draw some clarifiers if need be, but what we have on the bottom of the deck is the World card. So my immediate sense is that, getting in touch with our deepest emotions and motivations during this time of the moon in Scorpio is going to bring us to a state of completion in some sense. For some of us, literally being able to manifest whatever it is that we'd like to, respectively, whatever it is that we've been working on. For some, a completion to a period of mourning and loss. A completion of a karmic cycle, a graduation of sorts, at least a celebration of a graduation of sorts to the next level in life, to the next level at your job or in your education, perhaps. Something that looks like something that's certainly coming to a completion by the end of Gemini season. That's what I see here. So yeah, by that full moon that takes us into Cancer season. By the full moon that takes us into summer. But for what I'm seeing specifically for a lot, we have the Tower card and the Two of Cups showing up for today. I think somebody... I think the graduation that we're talking about specifically for someone who needs to hear this, and probably for a lot of us, the graduating to a next level that we're talking about has to do with a truth found out about a partner. Maybe someone that we're actually in a romantic coupling, again, of sorts with here. A revelation about a partner, an enlightening moment, a truth about a partner. Something that possibly causes everything to fall apart, to make it feel like, the sky is falling down, your world is falling apart, that you're losing a lot. Because I do see the World card, I see the Five of Cups, Gemini's card underneath that, the Lovers, the Moon card. We've looked at all four of those, but then also the Emperor card reversed beneath that. So especially those considering leaving or feeling like you might lose, in some sense, a divine masculine, a mature divine masculine figure who is a partner. This is a loving bond, a coupling, a partnership for sure. But then on the and I said at the beginning, what did we have on the bottom of the deck? We've had the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. We've had the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And we started with the World card this time. Okay, so that was when shuffling and meditating, I got those two as well. I got the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So this karmic cycle completing, yeah, for some it means losing a divine masculine character, but for some it's a truth realized, a revelation, an epiphany, a breakthrough that actually leads to partnering with someone. So for some this is a partnership falling apart. For others this is a revelation and an enlightening moment that brings a partnership together. And I really feel like we have both on the table. And then come that's today, the 14th, really. That's what these cards are designated for, but again, time being fluid. The 15th, what shows up is the Ace of Cups, new or renewed love, and the Knight of Cups. So we are going to draw just a couple clarifiers really quickly. I'm going to face these towards you, and we'll see what else we can find out. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And on the, as I said, this is what's showing up for the 15th. So as we progress really through this Scorpio moon phase, I'm sorry, we're not to the full moon yet this month. But again, a new or renewed love comes into view. Or if this is a business partnership, a loving partnership nonetheless, but something that's less about romance, an opportunity to share openly with someone or maybe a lot of people. And in that sense, graduating and reaching a new level, completing a phase, moving on to even a whole new version of oneself. Clarifiers. I did say I was going to do that. Okay, so we want to look at this Knight of Cups. It's often someone whose feelings are expressed a little prematurely. They are expressing heartfelt sentiments, real emotion, but given time and information and new perspectives, would their feelings ultimately shift into something a little different once all the details of their relationship or situation is a little more clear? Would they, given time, would their feelings be a little different than the onset rush of emotions that they may be expressing? And I think with the Sun card showing up there, I felt compelled to cut the deck for a minute now. I think with the Sun card showing up here, I think this really is someone who is expressing truly from their heart space, but this is a new or renewed love, and we need to keep in mind that feelings need to mature. Let's get one clarifier on the Knight of Cups. First of all, not three, but we have the Devil card, we have the Three of Cups. So, when I see the Three of Cups, the Devil card, and the Six of Swords, I feel like some of you may think that you're moving on to calmer waters, but it may be a codependency. You may think that you're moving into a situation with a partner that's going to be less stressful, that's going to be, some of you, unfortunately, some are coming from a three-party situation and heading into a codependent situation. And I can see how that can happen, like latching onto someone new because you feel slighted or wounded or betrayed from a 3-party situation in your past. So, you know, that's what you needed to hear alongside that message of this is a new love or a renewed love, whichever it is, whether you've had a revelation about someone and you're going to stay with them and the love's going to be renewed, or whether you've and again, this could be a partnership that's not romantic, but whether you've had a revelation, an epiphany, an enlightening truth presented about someone that means you're going to stay in a partnership with them, or whether you are moving on to someone brand new and this is a new love. Either way, it's new, right? Renewed, nude, it's new. And these feelings, these emotions that are coming through immediately in this present new moment, they need to mature no matter what. They need to mature no matter what. Some of you dealing with a fire sign, a lot of us dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Someone very social, charismatic, bold, courageous, and maybe an entrepreneur of sorts. Someone very in tune, in touch with nature, the elements. Someone very passionate and intense. Yeah, there's a completion within a lengthy entanglement, one way or the other. Again, just to repeat it one last time, either someone's realized a truth that's going to bring them together with someone for the first time, or in a new way, right? Or they've realized a truth that's going to take them away from someone. But either way, we're graduating to a next level. We're choosing a path forward with or without this other person, right? I just keep wanting to hear the same song again and again. I hope y'all don't mind. If you can hear that, I'm not sure if you can hear it. But yeah, this is our clarification card on the World card, the Lovers card. This is a lengthy entanglement, so it definitely can still be something outside of a romantic partnership. But it's also reminding me of Gemini season yet again. This is something that I feel like is coming to a completion by the end of Gemini season. Yeah, for sure, with the Sun card and the Lovers card bordering that World card there. And I did see the Emperor in reverse. I see the Empress upright. I was going to say at the beginning of this, that I feel like for a lot of us, we're ready to create is the thing, is the motivation here, is the motivation that's coming through. We're ready to create the life we want, the partnership we want, or with the Queen of Pentacles having shown for me before recording and while I was meditating, ready to create something for our children, for our loved ones, that will bring us the wealth we desire, us personally even, and our families, our loved ones, etc. And that can be the motivation for either coming together with someone who you feel can benefit that picture, who you feel really supports that picture, or for a lot of us, the motivation for splitting with someone who just does not. You know, it's going to be... And I also had the choice card coming through. I had the Two of Swords. So for some, it's a choice between two, one who is more supportive of those other creative endeavors of ours, and one who maybe is not. For some, it's going to be a slightly different. There's a lot of different messages here, and it's going to be slightly different for everyone, of course. Let's get one more clarifier on that Tower card itself. I feel like we'll just see which direction maybe the message wants to go, if it does want to go in one or the other. And I am using the Deviant Moon Tarot and the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Information about those decks, my services for private readings and such, and the music you hear is all in the description box down below. New love, new or renewed love comes through again, and the King of Cups comes through again. So it's a really emotional situation. It's a very emotional moment, this enlightening epiphany, revelation, truth that comes through. Even though for some it means some things falling apart and falling away, there's definitely Scorpio energy here. And like I said, the moon is in Scorpio. That's what we're talking about. So it's not that things are going to fall apart and away for all, but I think for a lot of us, at least something is. And we're going to realize the fallout from that, especially if there's a choice between two. They both offer different things, right? But there's an emotional masculine energy wanting to speak up here. And if that's the new love, if that's the new love, then I think that's who we're embracing. I think that's who most of the Lunartics Collective is going with, is leading toward. I think that's the choice. That's the path that most of the Lunartics Collective is making, is toward that emotional masculine energy, being that person, expressing that way, or embracing that person, taking on a partnership with that person. If that's the new love, then absolutely, I feel like that's who you're choosing. And I do think that because, you know, the emotions are very heavy and rushed and yes, sincere, but very passionate and intense, I do think you still need to keep in mind that this is still new. Or if that's the renewed love, that emotional, masculine male, and especially if it is a Scorpio. Then I think that's the choice that most of the collective is going with here. You know, that's what this revelation, this epiphany, this enlightening truth is about. A very emotionally mature masculine energy. So again, wanting to step into that energy, wanting to be with someone who makes you feel that way, or choose a path that makes you feel that way, or wanting to partner someone that you view in that way. That's what the revelation is about. An emotionally mature, though probably, you know, seemingly somewhat reserved, masculine energy, and a new or renewed love. Whichever one represents that to you, that's who the message is for. That's the direction we're leaning. Beautiful. Yeah, so I do feel like it's a romantic message for a lot of us. But the King of Swords is wanting to come through again too. I can't remember now if that came through in the reading or when shuffling and meditating, but I've also seen this one for us today. So with the choice card coming through, you know, some of you are really feeling like in your head about this decision between partners or between paths, between versions of yourself, perhaps, right? Juggling those two choices, juggling those two paths, those two futures, those two possibilities. And there's so many more than those two, I feel like I should say. And for some, giving to two people. And you see that one is receiving currently, and the other one has this ticket in their pocket, right? So I feel like, you know who's going to give you this happy home, the stability, the partnership that you really want. Whether, again, business partnership, romantic, otherwise, you you're creating your destiny with this choice. You're in charge of your path, and obviously really heavily influenced by the Scorpio energy at this time. And for a lot of you, I mean to say a Scorpio, but that's not for all. I wouldn't get hung up on the signs. But yeah, for some, that's exactly what's happening. You're wanting to rejuvenate things with the Scorpio, replenish things, hold out hope for, a future with a Scorpio. Or, again, you're both maybe just very heavily influenced by the fact that you're under a Scorpio moon right now. But yeah, some of us are feeling like we have a head or heart decision. Is it, do we go with what our mind's saying, what our heart's saying? I think the reading is very clearly indicating that ultimately you already know you're going to go with what your heart is telling you to do. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. It's just in this reading, the way that these three kings are showing up for me, I feel like it is a decision you're trying to make with your head that your heart is ultimately going to make for you. That some of us may be trying to make with our mind too much, getting caught in it, getting hung up in it. And ultimately, if there's a choice between, no matter what the choice is between two partners, two paths, whether it's two people or two people external from us or two versions of ourselves, something, someone or something, some path, some partnership maybe is going to be let go of. It's going to have to be cut. Especially if we're giving to two. We can't remain in that state perpetually forever. We certainly can't reach this happy, stable home and partnership that way, right? We'd be depriving ourselves of that. So the juggling will stop one way or the other. Someone will have to be cut out, or at least some path, some version of ourselves, right? But there's so much queen and king energy coming through, so much maturity, so much mastery. This is what happens when you get to these levels. When we are, dominating our financial world, dominating our material world, dominating our personal development, dominating our personal close relationships with people, dominating our self-care. When we start doing that, guys, it's exciting, right? It's chilling. It's literally chilling for me right the second as this message comes through for all of us. These are the kind of choices that you face. Upper level choices, mastery level choices. There are going to be multiple paths, multiple energies, multiple jobs, multiple opportunities. Yes, sometimes multiple partners attracted to such a high vibrational, mature, emotional, passionate, cerebral energy. We're like firing on all cylinders, and it's beautiful, but it leaves us with heavy choices. Heavy choices that may need to be made quickly as truths, revelations, epiphanies hit us on the head or come to light because of something someone else did or said, right? So, some of us are hemming and hawing and stuck in our mind where our heart is going to end up making a decision for us, trying very hard to balance out all areas here. But it's because we have leveled up. it's because we have leveled up. We have completed karmic cycles. We have reached new levels of being, knowing, feeling, seeing, doing. We're in a space where, there are going to be hard choices. There's going to be a lot of just amazing, awesome energies attracted to us, magnetized to us. And so in that, we don't have to make the choices difficult for ourselves, but in that it will just be hard to choose. It would just be, it will look like, well, all of these opportunities, all of these paths look brilliant. Yeah, that's what starts coming to you. That's how lucky we are. For some of us, it's just feeling like new to us, right? It's just, it's a matter of, I didn't expect all of this. Get used to it. It's beautiful. So I will leave you there. I will leave it in your very capable hands moving forward from there. I know I can. Thank you so much for just checking out the reading and for liking and subscribing, ordering, donating especially. Thank you. Messaging, emails, all of it. I really appreciate all of your support. I hope you make wise choices for yourselves moving forward. I will be posting for June and mid-June very soon, later today. And so I hope you will all check those out as well. And I hope you won't feel boxed in or determined by anything that we've put on the table today. This is just, as I always say, a snapshot of the path that we're on now, a lot of us. So happy choosing, and I love you all, and I will post another lunar pool for you very soon.